He's not finished yet.
So let's give it up for Miss Dina DeCamp. She's about to surprise you.
Let me hear it from the Republican women in the House. As the president of the largest women's organization in this great state of Florida, I am absolutely thrilled to be here. There are so many reasons for my excitement, but I have breaking news from Tallahassee. We have 9 counties in the state of Florida that have switched from blue to red. And I'm told there's 5 more knocking on the door. Mr. Trump made history by breaking all turnout records during the primary. And let me tell you something else Mr. Trump made history about. That's my presence on this stage. Incredibly, I am the first Republican woman from our organization's 65-year history to be invited to speak at a presidential rally of this caliber. Incredibly. Thank you, Mr. Trump, for recognizing the amazing power of the conservative women's vote and our volunteer efforts to get out the vote. I bring you greetings from our sisters in the National Federation of Republican Women, where tens of thousands of women leaders are working day and night across this country to spread the truth and get you elected. Let's start with the real truth about the war on women. Specifically, there is no war on women in the Republican Party. Women are fully engaged and involved. The war on women is in the Middle East, where women cannot vote. And the American war on women is unemployment, failed economic policies that impact single mothers living in poverty with no hope of a job. Smart women know Hillary and Obama's real record, and we are voting for Donald Trump. We know the most shameful war on women is the one Hillary Clinton has waged on her husband's victims and girlfriends. She has a disgraceful record of bullying, lying, cheating, and hanging on to her husband's coattails to advance her personal agenda. This is not historic, it's repugnant. It's not an achievement in feminism, it's just the opposite. And informed American women will not be fooled by a candidate who has disgraced our State Department, refuses to hold press conferences, and hides behind her husband. Let me be clear. Hillary Clinton does not speak for Republican women. You should also know the lack of diversity and opportunity within the Republican Party is another fairy tale spread by the Democrats. The FFRW is proud to announce that 3 minority women have qualified by petition to run for Congress in Florida. 3 Republican women. They are leading the way for more women who need a proper leader in the White House. We need to have a president that is not afraid to tell the truth to the American people. Someone who listens to the people and hears what they say. A president that understands economics and hard work and how important family and friends are. A man who knows how great America once was, can be again, and is willing to work with us to bring her back to her glory. We look forward to secure borders, a rising economy, and jobs for our citizens. And the only man that can do that is Donald Trump. I am here to tell you, if you have not registered yet, what are you waiting for? And if you have not changed your registration from anything but Republican to Republican, what are you waiting for? We need you. You and only you can make this happen. We need you to volunteer. We need you to get your families and your friends to volunteer. Donald Trump needs Florida. You are Florida. Donald Trump needs you. We are so confident in Mr. Trump that the Florida Federation of Republican Women proudly endorses Donald Trump for president. Women understand that uniting together, we can make America great again. And we ask you to join us in getting Donald Trump elected. May God continue to bless you and these wonderful, great United States of America.
Dina DeCamp, everybody, let's give her a big round of applause. I heard some of you saying, lock her up. Who thinks Hillary Clinton should be indicted? Where should she go? Lock her up. Lock her up. She belongs in jail. Our next speaker, if you were watching, who here watched the convention in Cleveland? Who thought they did a great job, the Republican Party? Well, we have one of the best speakers here tonight. Pastor Mark Burns is the co-founder and CEO of Now Television Network, a Christian television network based out of South Carolina, which reaches over 11 million homes in the United States and Canada. Pastor Burns is a frequent guest on many news programs and frequently interviewed in publications. He is the executive producer of both In Your Harvest Now with Pastor Mark Burns, and that currently airs nationally on the Impact Network and Rejoice Today. Let's give it up for Pastor Mark Burns.
Hello, Florida! Woo! I know you're ready to elect the next president of the United States of America. Come on, let me hear you, Florida. I'm super excited about being back here in the great state of Florida, because I don't care what the liberal media might say. Florida belongs to Donald Trump, and he will. This is Trump country. This is Trump country, Florida. And I believe here in the great state of Florida, you're going to make sure that Hillary Clinton never step foot in the White House. Never. Never. I need you to shout, never. Shout, never. Ever will we allow her to step back into the office, because she is the crooked Hillary Clinton. And she don't belong in the White House. I'm going to still say it. She belongs in jail. Lock her up. Lock her up. Because the fact of the matter is, Hillary Clinton is nothing but an extension of Barack Obama. And we already know what Barack Obama has done for our country. We are weaker now. We are not as strong now. We are less than. But the day that Donald Trump becomes president of the United States, the whole world will know that America has rose back to the place. Because we are the United States of America. USA. USA. And you know what, Florida? When you have a leader like Donald Trump, countries that harbor ISIS will fear this great country again. They will fear us. They will fear us. They will fear us because under the Democrats and under Barack Obama, our military is weak. People don't fear us. People don't respect us. We give money in the secret of the night to Iran, who wants to kill us. That just shows you the kind of a leadership that Hillary Clinton will be when she becomes president. And isn't it amazing about those email scandals? Those emails. She said back in the Democratic primary that I wish we would just stop talking about those emails. But Hillary Clinton, I've come here to let you know that we, the silent majority, will never shut up about those emails. Never. Because we are tired. Somebody say we're tired. Shout, we are tired. We're tired of crooked politicians. We're tired of the voice of America not being heard. We're tired of people who are only a part of the 1% getting rich while we Americans are suffering. We are tired of how Obama has treated our veterans who have protected our freedom. Because Donald Trump will not only protect the veterans, but the day he becomes president, he will build a wall and he will make sure that any illegal never steps foot on a great store of because it vexes me how the liberal media, and they are here today, the liberal media is here. They're here today. You ought to just tell them how you really feel. Tell them how you really feel. Tell them we won't let you stop us. We can't be stopped. We can't be quiet. We can't shut up. We can't be silenced. Because Florida, and while your backs are turned, you need to know that Donald Trump is watching you live right now on RSBN.TV. He's watching you live. Come on, Florida. Let him know you're ready for him. Florida, let him know. Let him know. Open up your mouth. Woo! Somebody say, woo! Because we are one people and we are tired of the liberal media pitting us. And they're trying to get us to fight each other and not the real enemies. Because the real enemy, they don't care whether you're gay, whether you're straight, whether you're young, whether you're old, whether you're black, whether you're white. ISIS wants us dead. And I know this great city and this great state is still recuperating from what took place. 49 souls that was killed right down the street from where we are today. And how dare Hillary Clinton allow the father of that killer right behind her. I mean, are you serious? I mean, that just shows you the kind of a respect she has for Florida, the kind of respect. And she want to pretend like she didn't know. The devil is a liar. She knew. She knew. And I want to tell everybody that is here that we will no longer allow people like Hillary Clinton to help make those who live off of the system to stay on the system. I don't know, maybe I'm the only person that knows somebody who's really good at stealing and living off of the system when they really don't need to be on the system. And they try to give away free everything over there in the Democrats. They try to give free this, free that, free this, free that. How many here know that getting anything for free never creates prosperity, but it only creates dependency? And we here in Florida, I believe there's some hard-working Americans that are here, that you provide for your family. You work hard. Why? Because you know the importance of putting in a hard day's work. Somebody say, I'm tired. Say, I'm tired. I'm tired of the Democratic Party making people who are now working to live like they're kings. Can I have a real conversation with you today? Florida, can I have a real conversation with you today? I know I can pump you up, but can we really talk? Like they say, can we talk for real, for real, for real? Can we talk for real today? I'm tired of this race-baiting Democratic Party. How they will have us fighting each other because of the color of our skin, when in reality, Dr. King did not fight and die so that we can be focusing on black America, but he died so that we can be Americans. USA. You. And they are trying to make you feel guilty for being proud to be an American. And they only do that when you begin to speak politically incorrect. But I'm tired of people being politically correct. I'm tired. I'm tired. Shout, I'm tired. Shout, I'm tired of people being politically correct while nothing gets done, while people are still being broke. And I want to tell you right now, it's not just minorities that are suffering financially. There are other Americans in some parts of our country, like the Appalachian areas, they don't have running water. They don't have shoes to use. But when the day Donald Trump becomes president, everybody will prosper in the great country of the United States. And did y'all hear Hillary Clinton's weak economic plan? I mean, it sounds more like the same old stuff that we've already heard. I mean, if they want to talk about Melania writing other folks' stuff down, they should talk about Hillary Clinton and her plagiarizing self just being a carbon copy of what Obama already said. I mean, do I got some witnesses in the building tonight? If you're in the building, shout, woo! I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it everywhere I go, that despite the color you were born with here in America, the only colors that matter are the colors of the red, white. I'm Pastor Mark Burns, and I ask you to help me elect the next president, Donald J. Trump. Shout, Trump, Trump. Trump, Trump, Trump.
Let's hear it for Pastor Burns. Give him a big round of applause. I'll tell you, is he something special or what? Our next speaker is another political leader, Sharon Day. She's the co-chair of the Republican National Committee, and she's the state committee woman from Broward County. She has served the party at the local, state, and national level for more than 20 years. During her service to the Republican Party, she has recruited numerous successful candidates and has worked with party activists to spread the message of fewer taxes, less spending, and more freedom. She travels nonstop across this country addressing groups like you. She's constantly building the grassroots. She's a great party leader. Let's give it up for Miss Sharon Day, our RNC co-chair.
Well, good evening. How are you guys? Before I start, can I say, can we hear amen, brother? We heard ya. Right? Well, good evening and hello, Kissimee. I can't tell you enough how excited I am to be back home in my home state of Florida, and especially to be right here with my friends from Osceola County and Orange County. This election cycle, we know that as much as things change quickly in politics, one thing is certain. We can't build a better future for our families and our loved ones. We can't build a better future for our country. We can't win the White House, and we can't save America unless we defeat Hillary Clinton and we elect Donald J. Trump as the next president of our United States. Now the political conventions, they're in our rearview mirror. So we need to now roll up our sleeves and we need to get down to business, and that business is electing the next president of the United States, Donald J. Trump. And speaking of conventions, have you ever seen two more different conventions than the Republican convention and the Democrat convention? No. The Republican convention in Cleveland, it was an honest discussion. It was a reality check for our country. Our convention was an opportunity to reflect on where the failed policies and the lack of leadership of Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama have taken our country for the last 8 years. We have heard it over the primary. Mr. Trump talked to us about the reality of what we face in this country because of their lack of leadership. They have weakened us at home, and they have weakened us abroad. But I would also say, and I know that many of you in this room were at that convention and watched it, it was also a convention just filled full of positive energy. It was a convention with tons of excitement of what American can be again when we bring the greatest part of our country out there and not continue to weaken the greatness of our country. The Democrats, well, they called it depressing. They called it a depressing country. And the liberal media, well, that liberal media, they all used the same terms that were given to them by Hillary and her crew. They said it was dark, scary, no energy. Well, I was there with thousands of our fellow Republicans, and I will tell you that it was full of energy. It was full of excitement. And we were there to fight for our candidate for the opportunity to make America great again. And to Hillary and the Democrats and the liberal media, I'd like to say this. If you thought you saw a depressing convention, what you really saw was the honesty and the reality of what you, Hillary Clinton, what you have done to America, what your fellow non-budget passing Democrat spending legislators, what they have done to America. What Obama's overused executive orders and Obama's I got a phone and I got a pin threats, well, what he has done to our America. And yes, my fellow Americans, what has been done to America by the left-leaning media's refusal to do their jobs and act like journalists. To act like journalists and report the facts. Report the facts rather than parrot the talking points that the Democrats keep on giving you. Yes, the facts. The facts that show the lack of honest and principled leadership over the last 8 years, what they have done to the potential of America. With all your lying, with all your dishonesty, with your lack of leadership, even to the liberal media, I'll say this. Your refusal to leave your partisanship at the door. You have forced our fellow Americans to live under your deceit, to live under the fear of attacks on our homeland, and which, by the way, I will say, has already occurred right here close to home where we are today. And it's a news flash. I will say it. The news flash is, it actually occurred, and the attack was on us by, are you ready? Radical Islamic terrorists, a group that they can't even say they are enemies. Unfortunately, we are living the reality of that America is weaker around the globe. It is weaker than we have been in a generation. We understand, and we are being faced that we are disrespected by our enemies and by our friends, thanks to Obama and Hillary Clinton's failed leadership. The reality is that millions of our fellow Americans they have given up looking for jobs. Millions more of our fellow Americans are living at a poverty level. Our children are saddled with the greatest debt in our country's history. And again, we can thank Obama and Hillary Clinton for that. But rather than accept any responsibility, and rather than have an honest discussion with our fellow Americans, what they have done is they've decided to attack the individual that has done that, the individual that had the courage to say, we can make America better. America is better. Instead, they attacked him. What'd they call him? They called him a reality star. Well, you know what? I'll tell you, Hillary Clinton and the Democrats and the liberals, they don't have a problem with stars. They wrap their arms around them as quick as they are. Those that believe in their liberal causes, not conservative, principled individuals like our star, Donald J. Trump. Mr. Trump talks about what we need to do to make America great again. While Hillary and Obama, they go around speaking like everything is perfect. Donald Trump talks about what impacts each of us, everyday American families, and he speaks to what we need to do and what we're facing as Americans to be stronger again. What we face, not just as Republicans, I'll repeat it, what we face as Americans, Republicans, Democrats, and Independents together to bring this country back. That's what he's talking to us about. He understands our concerns. He understands what we have to do. And to that point, did you actually watch any of the Democrat convention? Well, I unfortunately did. I have to be honest. And I'm going to tell you, to me, it looked like a bad combination of Woodstock and Fantasy Island. It looked like an awards show without anybody worth getting an award. It looked like a phony celebration of nothing but flowery speeches. So together, right here, let's look at the fantasy and the reality of the Democrat convention. The fantasy. Hillary Clinton is the woman who said she broke that glass ceiling. The reality, the real thing Hillary has broken, she's broken the faith of the American people to understand her ability to be truthful or honest. Because we all know she has a proven history of lying for the last 40 years, and every day she digs herself deeper and deeper with more and more of her lies. Fantasy. Hillary Clinton is a role model for women, especially young women. The reality, Bill Clinton's long trip down memory lane at the convention conveniently left out his sexual abuse of a 22-year-old intern in our Oval Office. And he also left out the numerous vicious attacks of Hillary Clinton on all the women that he sexually harassed and sexually abused during their time together. So what do you say? What do you say that we finally close the sordid chapter of perversion this November rather than bring it back to the White House with those Clintons? Fantasy. Hillary Clinton and the Democrats, well, they want to. I think we defeat her. I think we just defeat her. What do you say about that? Let's defeat her at the box office and make sure that Donald Trump wins. But the fantasy, Hillary Clinton and the Democrats want you to believe that they protect everyone's voting rights. I don't know about you, but that one gets a big yeah, right. We saw that the DNC and their emails, that they rigged a primary against their own fellow Democrats to steal an election from 13 million fellow Democrat voters who supported Bernie Sanders. That's a fact. They also discredited him. They discredited him in the process. They made personal, despicable comments about others regarding race, religion, even making fun of someone's names. I'm going to tell you, folks, if Hillary Clinton and her crew will do that against their fellow Democrats, what do you think that she will do against Republicans and independent voters in this election to win? or to steal an election. Be ready. Fantasy. 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 I still say we defeat her. That'll be more fun. Fantasy. We watched a bunch of grade B actors and actresses from Hollywood singing what the world needs now is love, sweet love. The reality is, Mrs. Clinton, the world today is not a Coca-Cola commercial. It's a dangerous and unstable place, and that is thanks to you and Barack Obama. You have made us less safe in our own country. Fantasy. Now this is the good one. Ready? You ready for this one? They say Hillary Clinton is trustworthy. Yeah. Go figure that one. Yeah, go figure that one. Crooked, lying Hillary. She did what? She lied to the families of fallen soldiers. She lied about her emails when she was Secretary of State. She lied about what the FBI director actually said about her lies to Congress in America. She lied about TPP. She lied about Tim Kaine's record on the Hyde Amendment. And let's just be honest. If you're talking Hillary Clinton, she lies and lies and lies. But I've had enough. All right. That she is. That she is. But I have had enough of crooked lying Hillary. I've had enough of her lies. And I'm also tired of the enablers she surrounds herself, and again, including the left-leaning liberal media that just parrots whatever they're told to say. Enough is enough. No more lies. No more cover-ups. Enough is enough. No more Hillary Clinton. Because America deserves better. We deserve better. Every child, every man, and every woman in America deserves better than Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton has never, ever put anything or anyone ahead of herself. Nor has she ever put anyone or anything ahead of her desire and her love for power and for money. Donald Trump and each of us in this room, we understand America is great, and we understand that America can be even greater. We know our military is great. Absolutely. We know our police officers and our first responders are great. And I am proud to stand here on this stage in front of you and say very loudly and very proudly that, you know what? In America, every life matters. Every life matters in America, not just some of the lives, all lives. But we also know our elected Democrat leaders like Obama and Hillary Clinton and their failed policies have caused America's failures. The only way to make America great again is by electing men and women who will put country before self. And the person at the top of that ticket, that person that's going to make America great again is Donald Trump. So Osceola, Orange County, we need you. We need your work. We need your enthusiasm. We need your commitment. We need your patriotism. And we need you to stand up and be the messengers that are going to save America. If you're not registered, get registered. If you are registered, confirm you're registered. Florida is a no-excuse absentee voting. Vote early. Get it done. Because we need you to work on Election Day, and we don't know what happened. Go out there, take your vacation days, and volunteer for Donald Trump. My fellow Floridians, we are the daughters and we are the sons of liberty. Are you ready to end the nightmare that is called the Clintons? Are you ready to elect Donald J. Trump as the next president? Yes? If so, let's work together. Let's get it done. God bless. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you, Sharon Day. Let's give her a big round of applause. Our next... What do we want to do with Hillary Clinton? Lock her up. Our next set of speakers needs no introductions. You've seen them everywhere across this great country. Introducing Mr. Donald J. Trump. Let's hear it, give it up for Diamond and Silk.
Hey, what's up, Florida? Make some noise. Yes, we love y'all. We are so happy to be here. We would like to say shout out to all of our veterans. Give them a big hand, you all.
Yes, all of our veterans. We love you.
We love our veterans. And shout out to our police officers, the ones that protect and serve.
We love you. Thank you.
And yes, we see the media back there and just have a few words to say to them. You know, we will no longer allow you to feed us a narrative full of lies.
That's right.
We are on the Trump train and we are voting for Donald J. Trump.
Yes.
You know they only smear who they fear.
That's right.
They don't stop losers, but they will try to stop a winner, and he is winning.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yes, yes.
And I would just like to say to the elites in the Republican Party, you know, Donald Trump has already extended an olive branch to unite this party.
Yes.
It is time for you to grab on to that olive branch and jump on the Trump train, baby.
That's right. Yeah.
Or get the hell out of the way.
That's right.
And I heard about these 50 GOP national security experts that signed off on an open letter.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, let us be very, very clear. Donald J. Trump has never risked national security, but Hillary Clinton has risked our national security.
Yes, she has.
So we, the American people, have to warn you that Hillary Clinton will be the biggest and greatest threat to our national security.
Yes.
And I just want to say, we already know how risky she is. Watergate, Cattlegate,
Yeah.
Benghazi Gate, Email Gate. If she's not careful, she is going to be behind prison gates.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yes. Yes.
And, you know, she keeps talking about that she is going to be releasing her taxes. We, the American people, don't need to see your taxes. We need to see your medical records.
That's right.
Because you keep short-circuiting.
Yes. A lot of short-circuiting going on.
But I want to say this before I go to all of the protesters.
Yes.
You know, I was able to look at Donald Trump's economic speech the other day. He did a phenomenal job, didn't he?
Phenomenal job.
And I saw the paid protesters stand up one by one. You know, he's not even president yet, and he's already creating jobs.
That's right. Oh, yeah.
paid protesters. It is time for you to sit down and shut the hell up.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Now, we done already talked about how we shall overcome. We done already overcame. Now it's time for people to come up.
That's right. Yeah.
And if you want to protest, how about going to that White House protesting about that $400 million that was sent overseas?
Protest that. Yes. Protest that.
How about protesting Crooked Hillary, how she wants to raise taxes on the middle class? Protest that.
That's right. Yeah.
And I just want to say to my black brothers and sisters, just because you're black doesn't mean you have to vote Democrat.
That's right. It don't mean that. It don't mean that. That's right.
Yeah. You can come off of that Democratic plantation. Don't allow Hillary to lure you in with a bottle of hot sauce.
That's right.
Running around here doing the nay-nay, and she's not even concerned about your next payday.
That's right.
Stop allowing her to do that. Now listen, if you want a good job, vote for Donald J. Trump. If you want to be an entrepreneur, vote for Donald J. Trump.
Trump.
I love it. Listen, you all. And if you're tired of sitting at the table wondering how you gonna pay your next bill, vote for Donald J. Trump. Now it is time to make America rich again. It is time to make America strong again. It is time to make America grow again. It is time to make America great again. Are we all on the Trump train? Are we all on the Trump train? When I say all aboard, you say choo-choo. All aboard. All aboard. We love y'all. Thank you.
Thank you.
you guys ready to hear from Mr. Trump? Well, I want to tell you a story. My nephew is standing right back there. Wave, Jake. Jake turned 18 yesterday. And I said to Jake, you know, Jake, 18 really now isn't such a big birthday. It's really 21 for all the kids for obvious reasons. And he said, you know, Aunt Pam, he goes, I don't drink. He's an athlete. He goes, I don't drink. I don't want to drink. He goes, this is my biggest birthday because I get a vote for Donald Trump for President of the United States. That's because Donald Trump is now and Hillary is yesterday. Our whole country, we are looking for leadership who is unafraid to tell it like it is and do something about renewing our strength and greatness. After we've had 7 years of our national debt at $19.2 trillion, more than any other American president combined, we've seen our friends in the world question our resolve. Our enemies challenge what we're going to do, and Obamacare devastate our businesses, and the EPA threaten our jobs. So I'm telling you that Washington, D.C. train wreck is coming in for a reckoning. We are about to come face to face with a leader who doesn't trade in politics but excels at winning. And we know Donald Trump does not tolerate things that don't work, but instead will restore things that do. We know something drastic has to be done in our country. We've got to get America back on track, and Donald Trump is going to do that. He will look out for our men and women in uniform overseas and in this country, all of our first responders. He will have their backs because they have ours. And if anyone asks you, being a career prosecutor, this is the most important thing I can tell you. If anyone asks you why they should vote for Donald Trump for President of the United States, I have 2 words for them: Supreme Court. Because we know Donald Trump will put conservative jurists on the bench who respect the rule of law. And we know exactly what Hillary Clinton will do to our courts. 7 more years of the same. And this will affect us for at least 30 years or more to come. I know Donald Trump, and he will fight for us every minute of every day. Independence is coming very early next year in January, when Donald J. Trump becomes President of the United States of America. God bless you. God bless America. God bless the Trump family. Thank you.
We have been all over Florida, and we're winning Florida. We got to win. You got to get out. So November 8th, you have to get up and you have to go out. You have to vote. We're going to win Florida so big. We're going to win the whole thing. We are going to make America great again. We're going to make America great again. Well, thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate it. And we're going to have a good time together. So we've been all over Florida, and a lot of things are happening. I love you, too. I was a guy, but it's okay. Who cares? Okay, so many things are going on. I watch the news. So much corruption. So much is being learned. Aren't emails a wonderful thing? Right? Right? What a great invention. And things came out just over the last 2 hours. When you go home, I'm not going to do it. Because if I mention it, they'll play it down. So I'm not going to mention it. But things came out over the last 2 hours that are very, very serious. When you go home, you're going to watch the news, you're going to say, I learned that from Trump. But you wait till you see. Wait till you see. Wait till you see. And then you had $400 million in cash being shipped to Iran. How about that one? But no, that had nothing to do. Now, what's going on is crazy. It's crazy. I don't think we've ever seen anything like we're watching now and we're witnessing now. We've never seen 33,000 emails discarded, deleted, out, over, done. 33,000 emails. No good, folks. No good. It's no good. It's no good. And we're not going to let it happen any longer. Now, Hillary Clinton, commonly referred to as Crooked Hillary, Hillary Clinton, gave a speech today having to do with economic development, having to do with a lot of different things. Short speech, always very short, you know. She makes the speech. She turns off the teleprompter. Look, what happens? She gives a short speech. Then she goes home, goes to sleep. She shows up 2 days later. Remember, short circuit. Remember that, right? Short circuit. But there was a story 2 days ago in the Washington Post, big story. And it was a story about Hillary Clinton, which is shocking because the Washington Post doesn't do these kind of stories. And it was the most devastating story you've ever seen. When she was running for the Senate in New York State, she said things that should have happened, could have happened. She was going to save upstate New York. And instead of saving it, it turned out to be a total and complete disaster. It's like a disaster. She was going to put in hundreds of thousands of jobs. And the reverse happened. People left. People went to Mexico. Companies went to Mexico. People are unemployed. You have to see it now. You know, in the primaries, I got to know it very well. I got to know the people up there very well. Many of them have left. But they said she made promises to us, Mr. Trump. She didn't keep any of them. And now she's talking about her plan. And her plan, what does it do? It raises taxes. It raises taxes. Maybe the greatest, biggest tax increase in the history of our country, folks. We're not going to let it happen. So here's the story. She wants to raise taxes. We're going to cut taxes down to a level that we haven't seen in many, many years. Many, many years. And we're going to put people back to work. We're going to bring our jobs back to Florida. We're going to bring our jobs back to our country. Our jobs are leaving. Our companies are being ripped out of our country, and they're being brought to Mexico and other places. Our jobs are being taken away like we're babies. It's like taking candy from a baby. We're going to stop it. You know, I won, and I appreciate all those people that are still pouring in. I said, we're going to have to start early tonight because nice night, we'll be together, we're going to have a lot of fun, even though we're talking about a little bit of a bad subject. Somebody said that my speech at the convention was very dark, you know, the haters. Now, they said dark, and I said, no. It was very optimistic because I tell what the problem is and then we talk about how we're going to fix the problem. We're going to fix the problem. And we do have problems, thank you. And we do have problems. We have problems with trade. We have problems with borders. We have problems with everything you can think of. Our educational system is a disaster. By the way, we're going to end Common Core. We're going to bring our education local. 100%. Not even a question. We're going to lower your taxes. We're going to keep our companies, but we're going to keep our companies in a different way. And I say all the time, for years I've watched our companies leave. This is why I'm doing this. I didn't have to do this. I was having a very nice life. But folks, we have a movement. Look, we have a movement going on, the likes of which I guess they've never seen in this country. You know, we have 10,000 people. When we speak, 10,000 people, I always say, oh, that's great. We have an easy night tonight. We have crowds, 25,000. We have something happening, the likes of which they've never seen. I'm the messenger. I'm a messenger. I'm a messenger for common sense. I'm really a messenger for common sense. You know, so our companies are leaving one after another. Taxes are too high. Regulations, by the way, are a disaster. Regulations. The regulations we have in our country are a disaster. But the taxes are too high. What we're going to do is we're going to change things. We're not letting our companies leave without consequence. There will be consequence when our companies leave. There will be consequence. You know, I went out. The evangelicals were so good. How many evangelicals? Where are the evangelicals? Where are the evangelicals? So I wasn't going to do well, and we won in a massive landslide, by the way. So what happens is the evangelicals took me to a point that I never thought we could even reach. All over the country, we did well. And I just met, by the way, oh, look at her. Wow. So, that's so nice. Thank you. But in Indiana, one of the reasons we won, well, one was Bobby Knight. We had Bobby Knight. We love Bobby Knight. And we have, by the way, how good is Mike Pence? Okay? How good. What a job he's doing. And he's all over the place. He calls me and he's getting great crowds and people are loving him. We love Mike. He did an incredible job as the governor of Indiana. AAA bond rating, great employment. I mean, everything he's touched, he's been terrific. And he has been terrific with me, I want to tell you. We're so happy. So remember, Governor Mike Pence, Vice President Mike Pence, he's doing a job. But our companies are being taken from us. And we're not going to take it anymore. We're not going to let it. For years I've been watching, and for years I've been amazed that our politicians would not do anything about it. we're losing some of our best companies. Taxes are too high, but there are a lot of other things that are wrong. But taxes are too high. And here's what's going to happen. When a company leaves Florida, because they're going to go to, let's say, Mexico, which is, by the way, Boomtown, USA. Mexico is one of the great wonders of the world, what's happening. Well, we're going to build the wall, believe me, folks, okay? We're going to build the wall. We're going to build the wall. We're going to build the wall. Okay. We're going to build the wall. Thank you. We're going to build that wall, and it's going to be a big wall, and every time somebody tries to fight us, that wall gets 10 feet higher. It's going higher and higher. And by the way, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Who is going to pay for the wall? 100%. 100%. 100%. Hey, by the way, is there any place to be that's better than a Friday night in Florida at a Trump rally, right? Is there any place? Nobody. No place. There's no place. There's no place. No. So a lot of the politicians, they come up to me and they go, especially initially, you're only kidding, Donald. You're not really going to build a wall. I said, of course we are. They said, you can't build a wall. I said, of course we can. In China, 13,000 miles. That's the length. 13,000. It's called the Great Wall of China. Maybe nobody's ever heard of it, right? The Great Wall of China. This is a serious wall. This was built without hydraulic equipment. This was built without Caterpillar. This was built the old-fashioned way. 13,000 miles, built 2,000 years ago. And this wall is pretty good. We're going to top it, though, folks. You know, we can do things. We're going to top it. But the politicians would come up to me, and they'd say, you know, Donald, you can't build the wall. I said, you have to be kidding. You have to be kidding. Concrete plank. You have to be kidding. Precast, right? Precast, boom, being done. Keep going. No, they actually thought, it's like, I just looked, as an example, we went all over. I mean, we're going all over the place. We're going to work, I think this is my fourth speech today. I'm doing television all over the place. Governor Mike Huckabee has been so amazing. And Pam, I want to thank Pam for being here. And everybody. Where is Pam? Where is Pam? She's so amazing. Governor Mike was going to come out and introduce me. He's doing a live show on Fox. I said, do your show on Fox and come out later. But Mike Huckabee has been incredible. He's been incredible. But the politicians, not Mike, but the politicians would come up and they'd say, so let me ask you, you're only kidding about the wall. And I'd say, no, I'm not kidding. Now they become believers. Then they'd say, but you know you can't get Mexico to pay. Can you believe it? We make so little. Listen. We have a trade deficit with Mexico like more than $60 billion a year. That's not including the drugs that come in, right? That's a big number. And we're going to stop the drugs from coming in. And we want people. We're going to stop it cold, by the way. And we want people to come into our country, but they have to come in through a process. They have to come in legally, right? Right? Have to. They're going to come in legally. And I'll tell you something. When they come in, we're going to want people that want to be here. Hi, folks. This place is incredible. We've got 2,000 people outside trying to get in. This place is incredible. So, no, honestly, there is a spirit that we all have that nobody has. When I say make America great again, we want something to happen. We're tired of we don't win anymore. We're tired of it. We want to win. We want to win with our military. Our military is totally depleted. It's depleted. 2 fighters went down 3 days ago. These fighters are exhausted. These jet fighters. They get parts from airplane graveyards. That's where they get the parts. They're so old, they don't make the parts anymore. Our military is depleted. Our vets aren't taken properly care of. And we're going to take care of our vets. We're going to take care of our vets. We're going to take care of them. We're going to take care of them. We're going to take care of our vets. We take care of people that come into our country illegally better than we take care of our vets, okay? So we're going to change it. We're going to change a lot of things around. But they say you will never be able to get Mexico to pay for the wall. Now, recently, the former president of Mexico, Vicente Fox, he went on a major broadcaster. I think it was CNN to be exact. Live television. And he threw out the F-bomb. He said, there is no way we will ever pay for that. And then it was the F-bomb wall. I said, oh, is he in trouble? This guy just said the F-bomb on a major network on television live. He's in trouble. Nobody ever mentioned. Can you imagine if I used the F-bomb? You know what it would be? I tell people, it would be the electric chair if I use the F-bomb. And I said, oh, is he in trouble? But I'll tell you what I liked about his statement. He used to say, there's no way we will allow the wall to be built. Now he assumes it's going to be built. So now he's saying there's no way that they're going to pay for the wall. Let me tell you, they're going to pay for the wall. And they'll be happy about it. They'll be happy about it. If Mexico wanted to, and I have great respect for Mexico, I have great respect for its leaders. Its new leader is an amazing person. We're going to get along great with Mexico. Its new leader is a great person, an amazing person. The problem is their leadership is much smarter, much more cunning, much better than what we have in our country. We have incapable, incompetent people. They don't know what the hell they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. So with Mexico, we have such a tremendous trade deficit. And when these politicians say there's no way that they're going to pay for the wall, I say, fellas, we have all the cards. We have the cards with China. We have with China a $505 billion a year trade deficit. Unbelievable. It's been that way for years. It was 200 billion and 300 billion and 400 billion and 500 billion. And what do we have? We have changed closing stores. Macy's announced they're closing over 100 stores. We have real jobs, bad jobs are all over the place. We have a problem. We have a statistic, 5% doesn't exist. What exists is 20%, 21%. Our unemployment rate is through the roof. The 5% stuff is made up so that politicians and presidents look good. If you look for a job and you give up looking for that job because after 4 or 5 months you can't find one, you are considered statistically employed. We have, forget it. Now look at this. I just got these numbers. Look at this. This is economic failure. The Obama-Clinton economic policies produced a 1.2% growth, right? Just like no growth. You know, if China goes to 7%, they consider it a national tragedy. We're at 1.2% and going lower, and we're going lower. We're going in the wrong direction because our companies are leaving. Our taxes are too high. We don't have the right people representing us. And when they leave, and when they go to Mexico or wherever they go, and they fire all of their employees in Florida and all over this country, and they make their product, and their product is made in Mexico or wherever, and they think they're going to sell that product back in the United States and even back in the areas where they fired all their employees, just tell them they're 100% wrong. There are repercussions, right? There are consequences. When you leave the United States, when you fire all your employees, when you go to another country and you make the product, there are consequences. Now we're going to have a strong border. And when they want to sell their product across that border and they think they can do it, not going to happen anymore. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. They will pay a 35% tax on that product. Now, I watched Hillary today, which was really boring, but that's something. It's hard to watch. It's hard to watch, I have to be honest. I have an obligation to watch. Fortunately, she never goes very long because she wants to go home. But I watched Hillary today. I watched her. And she talked about trade. Now, just so you understand, her husband signed the worst trade deal in the history of maybe the world, NAFTA, signed by Bill Clinton. Maybe the worst trade deal in the history of the world, certainly of our country. And she's going to approve Trans-Pacific Partnership. You know, she called it the gold standard. This was the gold standard. Well, let me tell you something. She heard me make a speech. She heard me, right. Goodbye. Goodbye, Dara. Goodbye. 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 Where the hell did he come from? Man. So, oh, we love you. We love you. Thank you. Thank you. So she made her speech, and I will tell you, she heard me speaking about TPP, Trans-Pacific Partnership. And all of a sudden, she went from it's the gold standard to she won't approve it. But the day after, if this ever happened, I can't imagine. Oh, can you imagine losing to her? No, can you imagine? Can you imagine? So, if she were ever in a position, I can't even say the word, if she were ever in a position to approve it, she'd approve it in 2 minutes. The governor of Virginia, who's a very close friend of hers, closer even, I think, than Bill is to her,
All right, guys, give me 1 second. It looks like the feed went down for a second. It'll be right back. Give me 1 second. All right, give me 1 second. Let me see if I can try to get this feed right back. I'm sure I would be able to get it back. Just give me 1 second. All right, we're back.
Right, is he knows that we're being ripped off by every single company and that wants to come in, but by every single country in the world. We are being ripped off by everybody, but especially countries are just killing us. Every single country is just ripping us, and he couldn't take it anymore. The difference is he can't do anything about it. I can. We're going to make great trade deals. We're going to make great trade deals. I mean, we have rebuilt China. We have rebuilt China. You look at Japan. You look at what's going on with Japan. They send in millions of cars. We send them wheat. We send them beef. You want to talk about a trade imbalance? Take a look at the numbers on Japan. And speaking of that, I did something a little bit different. I actually went out and had some cards made. Okay? You have to see them. Look at this. I'm so proud of these cards. Look. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? So here, this is what's happening to our country. We can't allow people to come in from very, very hostile and unfriendly territories. We can't do it. We have enough problems. So from Syria, with the migration, we don't know where these people come from. There's no way of vetting them. The documentation is a total, there is none. They say there is. It's a sham. She just said it's a sham. It is. Good word. Thank you. So here is President Obama has commuted the sentences of more men and women than the past 9 presidents put together. And some of these people are bad dudes. So you look at it, look, here's Bush, here's Clinton, here's Bush, here's Reagan. Oh, we could use Ronald Reagan again. Even Jimmy Carter, look, Jimmy Carter. Here's Ford, Nixon. Look, this is, and these are people that are out. They're walking the streets. Sleep tight, folks. Sleep tight, okay? Sleep tight. So that's one. How's that? Pretty good chart, right? Well, this is just where they get a lot of their money from. 25 million from Saudi Arabia, 5 million from Morocco, 5 million from Oman, Bahrain, Algeria, Qatar, lots of money pouring into the Clinton. Look at this one. Look at this one. This is a beauty. This is a beauty. Number and percent of immigrants in the United States. Look at the chart. Okay? Look at the chart. Not good, folks. Not good. We want to make America great again, folks. We want to make America great again. Yeah. So here's one. And you notice they used a terrible picture of Hillary. And I said, no way you're going to do that. That's not fair. Use a good picture. So they used a beautiful picture of Hillary, which I think is right? So I'll tell you, that's the good news. The bad news is, look, the amount of money, campaign contributions from hedge funders. Now, I know these guys. These are guys and women that are tough and rough and don't give a damn about you. They care about, that's why you see so many things happening. These people, so look, she's received in campaign contributions 48,500,000 I've received $19,000. I don't even know who the hell it is. Try to. Who is it? Who is it? Nice picture, right? Was I nice? Good picture. So I received $19,000. I want to find out who it is. I'll give them their money back. What the hell do I need next? Are we liking these cards? Isn't this great? It's different. It's different. Look at this one. So what's the American dream? The American dream, right? This guy knows best. Stand up, David Siegel. Stand up. One of the great builders of all time. Guy's loaded. He's got so much money. He's got so much money, but more importantly, he's got a great family, right? He's a great guy and a great friend of mine for a long time. Too long. We don't want to talk about how long, right, David? So, here is, what's the great thing that everybody wants? Home ownership, right? That's the American dream. The American dream. We want the American dream. We want to own our home, right? So here's our owning of the homes, right? Look at this chart. This is a disaster. So, U.S. home ownership. It's down more. I think they said like 51 years it's the lowest, right? 51 years. So look at this. Obama. Great job, Obama. Boom. I don't think so. That's not too good, right? Not too good. Look at that number. It's crashing. That number is sad. That is not good. And then she gives a speech today on the economy. And by the way, she said today, during her speech, that she's going to try and negotiate trade deals. You know, the only reason she said it is she's been listening to my speeches for the last 2 weeks. Can't do it. And assuming she wanted to do it, her donors, the guys that put up the $48 million, her donors and the people that she has, they're not going to let her do it because they're making a fortune off these deals. They're making a fortune on trade. Now, I don't know if you see it in Florida, but I do. It's so depressing. You go home, you turn on the television. All you do is see phony ads on Donald Trump. Phony ads. They're phony. Most of them are phony. You know, it's a couple. Not 100%, but I'd say 80%. Don't believe them. They're phony ads. You know, when I was in the primary, they did the same thing. I had so many ads, you couldn't see. It's like a friend of mine called up. He lives in Florida. He lives in this area. He loves this area, but he's going crazy. He says, I can't turn on the television without seeing a negative ad about you. And I know it's not true. I said, don't worry about it. You got other problems. Don't worry about it. He goes, no, I swear, Donald, I want to see just one Ivory Snow commercial. Anything. They've got to get off you. They've got so many phony, they're just false ads. And then my people say, you really should not comment on those ads. I say, why not? Because you don't want to talk about them. Why? I want to comment. I will tell you, they are such false, it's like false advertising. But in the end, I think people know they're false. But I do. I have people, these are professional people. They say, don't go back. Don't talk about it. I want to talk about it, folks. All right. Total phony ads. And you know who paid for those ads? Wall Street and all the people that own Hillary Clinton. They own her. They own her. Lock, stock, and barrel. She will do whatever they want her to do, she will do. Look at this one. Look at this one. Okay. Here's our total national debt. This was Obama beginning. So we've doubled our national debt. By the time he gets out, it'll be more than double. Right? Not too good, right? Not too good. That's it. Think of it. And you know the problem with the national debt? If he doubled it, that's not good. But we didn't do anything. Our infrastructure's a mess. You know, it would be one thing if we doubled our national debt, but our roads are in great shape. Our transportation is amazing. Our airports are the finest in the world. We did nothing. He spent almost $1 trillion, and nobody even knows where it was spent. Look, we have got incompetence at the highest level. We're hated by everybody. I get a lot of heat over Russia. Wouldn't it be nice if we actually got along with Russia? Wouldn't it be nice? I mean, wouldn't that be a nice thing? And we work something where we both go in and knock the hell out of ISIS instead of us doing it. Wouldn't that be a good thing? Right? Wouldn't that be good? All right, folks. I know you're going to love this one. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that sucker, huh? U.S. national debt in trillions. So we'll be up to $20 trillion. Look. And we got a country that's a mess. You know, it's one thing. You have a lot of debt. I've always loved debt, I must be honest with you. I don't love it for countries, but I loved it individually. Okay? Things work out good, that's great. If it don't, you go renegotiate, right? But honestly, there's a lot of truth to that. But I've always loved debt. I've always loved it. I understand debt, I think, maybe better than anybody. And by the way, when you owe $20 trillion, wouldn't it be really nice if you did have somebody that understood debt? $20 trillion. But the biggest problem, look at that. It's like a rocket ship going up. The biggest problem we have is that, you know, normally you want to get like a bang for your buck, right? Look what we have. We have our roads are falling apart. The airports are third world. Our airports, you go to some of these countries and you see airports the likes of which you've never seen. Our airports, you leave Dubai, you leave Qatar, you see airports that are so unbelievable. The head of one of the countries was showing me, not so long ago, I don't want to embarrass them because he's actually a very good guy, was showing me their airport. And I said, magnificent. They had everything. They had health clubs. They had this massive airport. And I said, this is the finest I've seen. It's unbelievable. He goes, no, Donald. No, you don't understand. This is not. This is just temporary. There's our airport over there. And he points to the horizon. There's like 30 cranes building this incredible airport. I said, you have to be kidding. And then we fly home to LaGuardia. Right? LaGuardia. And Kennedy and LAX. Right? I mean, and all of them. We're like a third world country. You look at the bullet trains they have. You look at the trains that go 200 and 250 miles an hour. Magnetic tracks. You look at this. We have the Long Island Railroad. Chug, chug, chug. I have a headache. I get a headache. Honestly, you know, we joke and it's Friday night. We're having fun. But the truth is it's pretty sad. It's pretty sad, isn't it? Right? It's pretty sad. So here's a beautiful one. Here's a beautiful one. So this is, now look, we all have a heart, and we want to take care of people. But we can't afford to do this. We can't afford. So this is Syrian refugees admitted to the United States, monthly totals since October 2015. Look. Now, Orlando knows something about problems because you've suffered gravely. And I have to tell you, your police have done an incredible job. Incredible. And you have this whack job coming in. And he was here, second generation. But people have to report these people. They have to report him, and they have to report him strongly. People knew he was sick. People knew he was demented. But look what we have here. So this is Syrian refugees being admitted. We have a president that won't even use the term radical Islamic terrorism, right? Won't even use the term. Won't even use the term. But look what's happening. Now, here's the bad news. Crooked Hillary wants to allow 550% more people from that area to come into our country. We don't know where they're put. You know, the government puts them all over the place. They could be your next door neighbor. You don't know. You look at what happened in San Bernardino. You look at what happened here. You look at what happened at the World Trade Center, by the way. At the World Trade Center, the great World Trade Center. You look at Nice a couple of weeks ago. You look at Paris. How about Paris? 130 people killed. And remember this, our Second Amendment. We have to protect our Second Amendment. We have to protect. Got no choice. We've got to protect our Second Amendment. And if we don't protect our Second Amendment, we're going to have big problems because our Second Amendment is so vital to us for our safety and for everything else. And we've got to get out and vote for the right people. You got to get out and vote for the right people. You know, if in San Bernardino, when these two people, one became probably radicalized, he did, by her. She came from outside, probably radicalized him. And they went in and they shot and killed 14 people, many people wounded, still in the hospital, and really badly wounded, gravely wounded. But they came in and they shot. Now, if we had like a couple of people, like you, definitely like him, definitely, oh, I want him. Stand up, will you please, like him. I want him. Oh, boy. 100%. Oh. They look at him, they're going to say, let's get out of here. But if we had bullets going in the other direction, number one, they probably wouldn't have even come in if they knew there were guns where the bullets could travel in the opposite direction. But if, assuming they're not even thinking a little bit, which they're not, they're nut jobs, then what happens is the carnage would be very small by comparison. Would be very, very small. Now, Paris, 130 people killed. They have the toughest gun laws anywhere in the world. The toughest in the world, right? Paris, toughest gun laws in the world. They say, who knows? But they walked in, boom, boom, get over here, boom, boom. Killed 130 people. Just massive numbers of people still in the hospital. Will never be the same. Can never be the same. Paralyzed. Everything you can imagine. Now, if somebody on the other side had something to do, they had no choice. They had nothing. The bad guys will have the guns. And the good ones will turn in their guns if they want them to turn. They want to obey the law. They want to obey. So they turn in their guns. But here's the problem. No. Here's the problem. If we had protection on the other side of these horrible events, you know, when you have gun-free zones, you know what that means to people? To these nuts? That means like, oh, it's open season. That's what it means. That's what it means. So we have to protect our Second Amendment. You know, the National Rifle Association, the NRA, endorsed me very early. They're fantastic people. They're fantastic people. Chris and Wayne, they love America, but they endorse me. We have to protect our Second Amendment. So get out there and vote. Get out there, do what you have to do with the booth. You have to call your friends. You have to get your friends to vote. You have to get out and vote and make your vote count, or you're going to have a totally decimated Second Amendment. Okay. So, here's the story, folks. Thank you. So here's the story. Here's the story. We don't win anymore. We don't win at the border. We don't win at trade. We don't win with our military. We can't even beat ISIS. And believe me, we're going to beat ISIS. We're going to beat ISIS. Do you know that ISIS is now ISIS is now, and you saw this, came out today. They tried to hold they're up to 28 countries. They're in 28 countries. They were in 8 a while ago. Now they're in 28 countries. And they tried to suppress the information. I assume it was the Obama administration. And it came out today what's going on. It's getting stronger. It's getting bigger. And I've been saying that Barack Obama is the founder. Hey, if he would have, folks, we should have never been in Iraq. We were going to destabilize the Middle East. I said it. I was a civilian. Nobody cares. I was a civilian. Nobody cares. We should have never been in. They should have understood it. They made a mistake. But we should have never ended it the way they ended it. By ending it the way he ended it. And he got everybody out. And he let them know when and we're leaving. And they just sat back. They just sat back. And they went in. And I'll tell you what. Barack Obama, number one, is incompetent. And number two, remember this, number two, he is the founder in a true sense. If he would have stayed, I didn't want to be there, but if he would have kept a relatively small force, he probably could have prevented ISIS from forming. Okay? And now you look at what's going on with ISIS, where they're spreading. And they're probably spreading into our country. When we allow that many people to come in from that region, they're probably spreading into our country. Look at Germany. It's a disaster. Look at France. I have friends that go to France. They don't want to go there anymore. They say France is no longer France. So here's the story, folks. We're going to start winning again. We're going to make America great again. We're going to win with our military, and hopefully we don't have to use it much, but it is so depleted we have to rebuild it. And we are going to knock the hell out of ISIS. And we're going to do it with others, but we're going to knock the hell out of them. We're going to win for our vets. Our vets are being badly treated. We're going to win at the border. We're going to have strong borders. We're going to win. We're going to win. Remember this. We're going to win on trade. We're going to win with education. We're going to win with the Second Amendment. We're going to win. We're going to win so much, you're going to get tired of winning. The United States will become great again. We're going to win, win, win. It's going to be America first. Make America great again. Thank you, everybody. I love you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us and choosing us as your stream of choice. That was a good rally. It seems like it keeps getting better and better each rally Donald Trump does. If you are new to our stream, please hit that subscribe button and join the community. Also, hook us up with a like. It helps us a lot and helps us reach a lot more people that we can potentially have to vote for Trump. Follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook. All of that stuff is in the description underneath the video. I would like to thank all of my moderators. We had Roosevelt, we had Brian, we had Sazzy, we had Wrong. But let me give a shout out to every single one of them, so that way I don't miss one. We had entertainment, news, gaming. He's also another Trump streamer, and I give him a big shout out. We got Bill and Tyne, Manny Garcia, Roosevelt, You're Wrong, Brian Knight, Sassy D, Jave, and Joe Montana. Thank you very much to all those moderators. They do a perfect job on the stream, keeping it enjoyable for everyone, keeping it clean and civil. But yeah, guys, we got more rallies. Make sure that you check our channel and click on the notification things so you can get notified when we are going live. Also, if you guys want to check out Fox News, if you guys are still cool with Fox News, if you can please post the link for the Fox News stream, I will appreciate it very much. We're always here to help out other streamers. We are not selfish. We help others, and others help us. That's how it works. That's why it's a community. So yeah, guys, share our stream whenever you come on. We will appreciate it. We hope to see you again here next time. But until then, have a good day, a good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on where you're at. And we hope to see you next time. Peace.